4 terawatts of electricity, which is 4 trillion kilowatt hours of electricity. That's what the EIA says that the United States uses each year annually, the past few years. 4 terawatts. Like I said, 4 trillion kilowatt hours, same thing. And the Biden administration gonna follow along with that goofball Gavin Bang Your Wife Newsom on trying to make an electric vehicle mandate. California, the land of rolling brownouts, the land of you can't keep the electricity on if the, can you imagine if California got hot like Texas gets hot? Can you imagine that? And y'all have rolling brown, as soon as it get near 100, everything over there cuts off. Rolling brownouts. Well, Nick, you don't understand. The governor got to make the energy department do that to keep the grid from. Yeah. Look, I understand how the transfer of energy works. I understand. Okay? Maybe I need to bring back out the video where I done the breakdown of our Texas grid here. And, you know, how the transfer of energy. But anyway, no, I'm not going to do that. Been there, done that. And on the funny part, yeah, but look at that ice freeze that y'all had. Blah blah, skippity blah. Your grid. You say name the power station to shut down. Can't. Want to know why? Especially the ones that was out there raging on out there by Houston. Your 2 power stations never shut down. Trees froze, fell on the transfer lines, fell on the power lines. The power was still at the power plants, just wasn't making it to you. The ones that had underground power, like the banks, like the hospitals, like the prisons and the police stations, their power was still on. I didn't know that. Don't take my word for it. Look it up. So out here where we're at, old school, above ground, ours is out. Go further towards, I ain't gonna say where, I ain't gonna pinpoint myself. Their power was on. Everything was still frozen, but at least they had electricity. You know, but everything, well, we were a giant block of ice. But anyway, what in your right mind says you're going to make an EV mandate when you can't even power all the stuff you have now in a lot of these states? And with the range of the vehicles, all right, where are you going to charge it? Just like California, picking on them again, I think Nevada does too, has this thing, certain places and certain times of the day, you can't charge the vehicle. You're like, well, wait a minute. Well, if I can't charge the vehicle, how the bleep am I supposed to? You need to figure that out. Look, if you want an electric vehicle, I don't care. You want a hybrid? I don't care. You want gas or diesel? I don't care. But the thing is, it's when you start, here we go again, it's always a certain gaggle of people that want to force their thought, their ideals and what they think you should have on you, and they don't have it. Well, see, they figure they don't have to have it because they're special, and we're not. Trust me, the president's motorcade, none of that is battery powered. None of it. He's special. Got it. He sure is. Yeah, he is special. as was the one before him, as was the one before him, Odeshern, Odeshern, Odeshern. Same ones that tell you about firearms. We need to get rid of these assault weapons, and even though all the majority of the stuff you see happening here, even with the rainbow shooters and all these other, all of them, most of that stuff, especially gang stuff, is handguns. But they know that. But see, we want to take the long guns because you normal people, you constitutionalists, that'll fight for your right guys, y'all have long guns. We need to disarm you first. Then we can say, well, that didn't work. Now we got to get the pistols. See, we can't go after the problem. We have to go over the true problem in the second stage, not the first stage. That's just the way it goes. I know this hustle. We got a historical reference to use for many, many countries that's done already done it. And look at how once the people got disarmed and they can't stop the powers that be, because they're sending people with guns to come get your guns. Make that one make sense. And you see how the country's turned out from there. But anyway, this power thing makes no sense. Okay, so the people, they're gonna have get you a juice box for a motor vehicle. You get that, right? Right. But you can only charge. Yeah. Do you have a charger at your house? Well, no. Well, you're gonna have to get one. What is it gonna cost to get one put in? I don't know. Well, maybe I can charge it when I get to work. Okay, but you still got to pay for that electricity, right? Well, yeah, but it's cheaper than gas. Maybe in some places, yeah, maybe so. But do they have enough where you work at for everybody with an EV? Well, I don't know. You don't know. Okay. Okay. Look, Biden and bang your wife Newsom used to got bigger things to worry about right now than EV mandates. Y'all got way bigger problems to deal with now than that. Okay? Number one, you don't have the grid for it. You don't. They just call it what it is. You don't have the grid for it. Now, when the battery's life is expended, what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with it? What are you going to do? Throw it away and get another battery? This ain't a 9-volt battery that you get out of the grocery store. What are you going to do with it? Oh, okay. So you're going to have plants where you're going to have to strip them down and get the lithium and the this and the that, and then wash it with the chemicals and whatnot to get the barium and the lithium, get all that, right? Yeah. What are you going to do with those chemicals that's not being used in the carbon process of making gasoline and diesel? I mean, they exist. You're just going to have to open up a whole new field and put in new plants designed to do that. What are you going to do with them? Oh, and then, okay, and now you have to buy a new EV battery for your Tesla or whatever the heck. Do you know how much that thing costs? The average, I know the little Elon Musk mobiles cause two people that I know of had to have batteries put in. One of them, hers was $13,000, and the other one, hers was right under 17 grand. And she cried, I don't have that kind of money. Only had a year left to pay on the thing too. What you gonna do? You ain't got that kind of money. Well, you could have had a car and the engine go bad. Ain't no $17,000. You know how many engines you can get put in a modern automobile for $17,000? And everybody ain't driving a Porsche or a Jaguar. So stop it. The majority of the stuff out here on the road, Ford, Dodge, Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Mitsubishi. Stop it. Stop it. There's probably 100. There's probably 100 Fords for 1,000 Fords for every one Porsche out here. And if you driving a Porsche and it need an engine, you driving a Porsche. You ought to be able to afford it. What are you talking about? See, and when I hear them people come with that, I like when they do that, because them the ones I pluck out of the crowd, and I put a little stamp of the capital letter P on their forehead, which stands for pendejo, and I put an asterisk next to their name, or the little clown emoji or something. Not ridiculing them. I just need to be able to identify them in the future for future reference. That's all that is. What are you going to do with that battery? You got to dispose of it. If people only knew what went into creating that battery. Well, we're stopping the flow of oil. No, you're not. Where do you think people kill me? Still got tires, right? Yeah. It's rubber, right? Yeah. Still got plastic, right? Where do you think plastic come from? Where do you think all those carbon-based items in a motor vehicle come from? Where? The vinyl for your vinyl seats. The textile industry would crash without oil. You'd be surprised how many people think the only thing oil does is make gas and diesel. You'd be surprised. And it boggles my mind how people, the masses, aren't smarter than that. I ain't saying everybody should have it all broken down to its very last compound, a BDP kind of thing. That's not what I'm saying. But to be that deep, that daft, you know, if you're daft and you know you're daft on certain things, what's that movie you do? Man, what the hell? That's that guy that be doing that laugh thing. That he went laughing when the guy was doing his tax returns. That was funny. That was hilarious. You got the crude oil industry, the polycarbonate industry is linked to the oil industry. You're not going to have styrenes and carbonates without oil. The textile industry, the polyester, when you see poly, look in the collar and see the word poly, it's in your clothes, it's in your cars, it's in them seats, it's in the gauges, it's in your dashboard, it's in the ICs, it's in the computer chips that run all the controls in your vehicle. The tire making process. And the killer part, you have coal and you have coal power plants, a handful of them left. Natural gas power plants, which I will admit are more efficient. They are. Natural gas. And that's what most of the fracking that we doing out here is, more gas wells than it is oil wells anyway. There's the fracking process, I will admit, more efficient. And even though people, it costs a little more, yeah, but the efficiency kind of overrides the price. Like the coal is cheaper per metric ton, but you get more out of the natural gas just on the pure efficiency of it alone. I get it. Then you even have hybrid plants. You have gas-fired coal plants where it's a mixture of the two, so you get the best of both worlds. Because the BTUs of coal versus the BTUs of natural gas, because propane, that's too expensive. That's why natural gas is a lot cheaper. And the BTU rate, you get more British thermal. The BTU stands for British thermal units. Um, out of the gas. But anyway, you're not gonna get rid of it. That's all a dog and pony show. Just like that E85 crap from 10 years ago. I mean, somebody somewhere thought it was a good idea to turn your food into fuel, because E85 comes from corn. What did the price of corn products do when farmers figured, because they're businessmen, oh, wait a minute, they're going to pay us how much a bushel for corn to make it into fuel versus food? Gee, that was a no-brainer. When you financially incentivize things, that's what you get. You're taking your food and you're turning it into fuel. And the E85, you got less mileage, you got less miles per gallon than you did out of gasoline. Oh, the okey doke is a thing of beauty. Oh man, I just sit back and I marvel at it. At the lemmings, they're just getting like E85, E85, E85. Now you hear electric vehicles, battery powered, save the planet. I marvel at you. I don't look at you with like wow, like you're so great. No, I look at you like, wow, what an idiot. It's still wow, just a different. What is it? Oh, am I the only guy that walks around with a in his pocket, and I keep it in my pocket with my coins, because it's like the coins polish it, keep it from tarnishing. This the one you toss to somebody when they giving you static. Tell them, here, catch this. Here, catch. When they catch it, try to catch the next one. Next one gonna have a little heat on it. Gonna be moving at something like 1980 feet per second. Anyway, y'all, think about it. You're being hoodwinked again. But hey, y'all like it. If you like it, I love it. Now I wonder what they gonna do. Are they gonna have battery-powered fire trucks? I can imagine trying to move that big lumbering lummox. Oh man, it ran out of battery power. What does we go do? Well, your house is on fire. Figure it out. Oh, that's right. Use your battery-powered fire extinguisher. You know it's a propellant in that. Never mind. Forget it. Bye.